He was called the Beloved, but by the end of his life, his people cursed his very name. A king with unmatched power, yet enslaved by his passions. A ruler of France, whose palace was filled not only with gold and art, but with secrets, scandals, and women. This is the story of Louis XV, the Playboy King of France. Chapter 1. The Child King, Louis XV, was born in 1710, into one of the most powerful dynasties in Europe. At just 5 years old, he became king after the death of his great-grandfather, the legendary Louis XIII, the Sun King. France looked to this child with hope, calling him Louis the Well-Beloved, when he miraculously survived a deadly illness. But behind this promising start lay a story that would twist into decadence, scandal, and decline. Chapter 2. The young monarch. His early reign was guided by regents and ministers, especially Cardinal Fleury, who ensured stability. Under Fleury, France flourished briefly. There was peace, prosperity, and reforms. But when Fleury died, Louis XV stepped into full power, and soon, his desires would dominate his destiny. Chapter 3. The Mistresses of a King. History often remembers kings for their battles. Louis XV is remembered for his lovers. His first scandals came with the Despised sisters, several women of the same family, who, one after another, became his mistresses. Gossip spread across Versailles like wildfire. Then came Madame de Pompadour, perhaps his most famous mistress. More than a lover, she was his confidant, advisor, and patron of the arts. She shaped the style of the French court and championed artists, architects, and intellectuals. Later in life, Louis shocked Europe by taking Madame du Barry as his final mistress, a commoner elevated to dazzling heights. To many, she symbolized royal corruption at its peak. Chapter 4. The Playboy reputation. Louis's appetite for women became legendary. Secret apartments in Versailles were rumored to host his private encounters. Satirical pamphlets circulated in Paris, mocking him as a degenerate king who cared more for seduction than statecraft. His title, the Beloved, slowly turned into ridicule. The people began to see him not as a father to the nation, but as a man enslaved by his pleasures. Chapter 5. Achievements and failures. Yet Louis XV was not entirely a frivolous king. He loved science, architecture, and exploration. He supported cartography, botanical studies, and urban projects in Paris, including the École Militaire and the Place de la Concorde. But his reign also brought humiliating defeats, most notably the 7 Years' War, which stripped France of colonies in North America and India. France's finances crumbled, resentment grew, and faith in the monarchy weakened. Chapter 6. The Fall from Grace. By the 1760s and 70s, Louis XV's personal image was in ruins. The same people who once adored him now despised him. When he died in 1774, Versailles did not erupt in mourning. Instead, many Parisians openly celebrated his passing. His grandson, Louis XVI, would inherit not just the crown, but a nation simmering with discontent, a nation on the path to revolution. Conclusion. Louis XV's story is a cautionary tale of power, passion, and downfall. A king once adored, who let desire overshadow duty. He left behind palaces of beauty, a court of scandal, and a kingdom weakened by his failures. To some, he was a patron of the arts. To others, a disgrace to the crown. History remembers him by many names, but above all, as the Playboy King.